Hey guys, welcome to this new plasticity tutorial. And in this tutorial we will create this product here. And it's like a lot of different techniques used, different lofting and surfacing. So you will really learn a lot and that's a lot of fun. That was here the reference. You can check it out. And also here Küchmeister Swagger helped me a little bit, so check out definitely his tutorials, like very advanced, crazy guy. And also like I tried it, like there are of course a lot of different techniques. I tried it with a little bit different technique, but we will use the technique Christian showed me. So let's jump right into it. And just one more thing, if you are interested like in product design and 3D modeling, definitely check out like my iPhone product design course on Gumroad. We will create like an absolute exact one-to-one iPhone 14 Pro model with all of those lenses in over 3 hours. So first link in the description, check it out and let's start. Oh, and also one more thing. So that was the reference and I've rendered it later. So if you want like a little product rendering tutorial, how to render that, I know it's not exact, but it was just like a test. Also let me know. So let's start with the modeling. Okay, so we start here, and first of all, let me bring this here up. Let's create here on the bottom the main surface. So we just go to the top view, and I will just do everything a little bit faster so it doesn't take too long. So check out also my other beginner tutorials. And let's start by here like a control point curve, and this curve, so you have to drag it out here on the right. So don't go like directly diagonal like the first point or the second point, because otherwise, it won't be smooth. So you have to do something like that. And then just here. Oh, and of course the same goes for the other points. So first point here and then one point here, and then it has to be straight. So you can't do like something like that. So something like that. So now we can Alt X and just mirror it over. And now you see here it's everything smooth. And when we mirror it over here, it will be also very smooth. So let's adjust a little bit the shape. First of all, I will join it. And now I will just take the points and I will just, and guys, it's a little bit tricky because we only have like one view, and the shape is pretty complex. Like in my opinion, it looks simple, but to get like the perfect proportions, you have to spend much more time, but I will show it to you like, how to do it. So you can spend a little bit more time. So so we have something like that, and let's just adjust it here maybe a little bit. But for now it's fine. So we selected Alt X and we just mirror it over, and also again select those two and J. And again, I just want to bring those points a little bit more outside, so we have like a little bit of a nicer curvature. So that looks fine. And now comes like by far like the trickiest part. And again, it will take really time to get like the exact shape with this method here that he showed me, but it works. So we have to create like a kind of a Y shape, and we have to put one on the left and one on the right, and then loft everything together and then just cut a little bit. So we'll just show it to you. So let's first create like like some sphere, and press Shift D to duplicate it and drag it out. And okay, before you do it, you have to create like a circle, but you have to snap here to the Y axis. You will see in a second why. So just create like a circle, Shift D, bring it a little bit outwards, because now if you create like a line, you can snap here to the 1/4. So we exactly need it, and Alt X to bring it on the other side. And now we have to cut everything. So press T and we will just cut everything what we don't need. So we just have like those curves here that we want. Press J, and let's go here to the side view and press G to bring it up. And so first of all, like let's create here like a line, snap it to the most outer point, and do something like that. Should be okay. Or maybe this point a little bit here and give it like a bevel And now let's bring this, first of all, let's rotate it a little bit. And now I want to bring this point to that point. So I press G and press V for pivot. So we can attach it here. And now with control click, we can snap it to this point curve. And I want to rotate it again, the same R, V. So we get the pivot, snap it here. And now you can here, you can just rotate it like here, something like that. Okay, that should be fine for now. And now we can Shift D and duplicate and just use like the same thing on the other side. So let's rotate it. And yeah, and also we need again like a line that we will snap it to. So snap it here to the absolute end and bring it up. And yeah, something like that. And again, select this G, V here and control click and snap it there. So yeah, I guess, okay, so I think that should work fine. So we have like kind of here this face with that shape and here like that shape. And like those cuts we will do like later. First of all, we need like this body here because you see like here, it's like much more flat. And here we have like this curve. So we need here to create like a surface and loft everything a little bit together. So let's do it by, first of all, we need like here this control point curve. And we have it to snap it here to the middle. And now we go to the front view. And yeah, here it's a little bit tricky, but I will just go down and now go here and I need a construction line. So the connection will be here like 90 degrees. So I just go to this outer point and press Shift and yeah, just, or let me delete it. So again, just I want to adjust it a little bit. So again, front view, drag it down somewhere here. And now here, Shift, snap it to the construction line and snap it again here. Okay, and now we have to bring this point to this point here in the middle and look if everything comes right. And also we have to adjust like a little bit the form. So we select those 2 points and just drag them a little bit more inside. So something like that. You see, and we are building kind of like here, like the cage of that lighter. So we can also take this and press Alt X and X. So we mirror it on the other side. And now I want just to check if everything looks fine. So I will select this curve and this curve, press L. Let me go out of this view here and Shift and Shift. So again, like, let me select this here. So this curve is selected and this here and press L for loft. And now we want to adjust it to like those cages here because you see it's not going like, it's not adjusted to that curve. So press Shift and just click this one. Also the same for this and also the same for this, right? So yeah, that looks fine. And again, I won't do it absolutely perfect. And I just want to show you some techniques because yeah, it's very interesting how we will do it. So for now, I will just delete it because we have to first do like also the same for the other side. And yeah, so again, like I create here control point curve to the middle and I go here to the back view. And again, I will just drag it down a little bit. And now again, I want to snap it here to the curve. So press Shift, you have construction line and we can make like basically the same curvature, right click. And again, bring this point to this point here and go to the side view, select here with point mode, those 2 points. With G, we will just bring it inwards a little bit because you see, like now, if we look at straight here, we have like here this, yeah, straight section and here we have like this rounding. So yeah, it's kind of like here. So we can select this, Alt X, X, bring it to the other side. And now let's loft that together. So we will select this and this, L, Shift click and select all of those guiding lines or supporting lines. I'm not sure how they're called. Right click. The same here and here. Press L and bam, bam, and also this one here, right click, and cool. So maybe you are thinking, what the fuck is that? But yeah, so let's hide all of those curves here. We don't need them right now anymore. So I just select them and press H. And yeah, now we have to make like a cut to make it like, clean here on the top. I don't know. So again, we will just select here control point curve, and just, it doesn't has to be perfect. So something like that. Press 1 and maybe bring just those points here a little bit more to the top. So now let's use that curve, press C and cut this body, and select this curve, C and cut this body, and we can basically delete those points here on the top. And you see we are already getting somewhere, but of course, yeah, we have like here a lot of mess on the inside. And also you see here, it's like not connected. So now we have to again cut and then loft everything straight together. So this is really cool. So we go to like this front view here, and we create again a control point curve. Yeah, from somewhere here. It's not so important right now. And we can just cut it somewhere here and just adjust maybe those points a little bit. So yeah, something maybe like that. We have to see how that will work out. And the same on the other side, we will just cut it, yeah, somewhere like here. And yeah, cool. So let's just drag them outwards a little bit. So let's select this curve, C, and cut this body here. And we can basically delete this point, face. And also we select this curve, press C and cut this body here. Right click and again delete it with that. Perfect. So you see we have something like that. We can hide those curves here. So that looks already cool. And now we just have here to connect those two edges. So with L. So you see like here on the top, it's like straight. And then we have like here this curvature. So yeah, almost exactly as here. So do also the same on the other side. So select them, press L to loft them. And now with object mode, select all of those sheets here and press J. So we have like one sheet or body. And yeah, now we have like basically like here kind of here this shape, but we need a little bit here on the top, and what we then can cut out later. So we need a little bit more of geometry on the top. So we will just select those edges here and just extrude them a little bit. So not too much. So yeah, something like that. And cool. So we are almost done with this basic body here. But yeah, not really, because yeah, we have a lot of details. So now we can create like this shape here and just cut it out again with curves. So amazing. I love this. We can just create a new line and with control click, just approximately how it should look. So maybe something like that, and maybe this point a little bit here. So that looks fine. And yeah, we can bevel it or not. And yeah, first of all, I will create like just the other side. So this one, oh yeah, actually that will look pretty good in my opinion. So here and here, something like that. And cool. So now we can select those two curves, press C and just, yeah, cut like this sheet here. Right click. And now let's select all of those sheets here. We don't need them anymore. And yeah, so again, as I said, like the proportions are not absolute perfect, but yeah, like the techniques, like it's just really cool techniques, and yeah, you can use them for a lot of products. So we don't need those curves anymore. So I delete them. And yeah, now we just have to connect everything. So we select those edges, press L and make it here like the tangent or tangent like G0. So it's just straight. The same for those edges. Again, press L and G0, G0. And also the same here. Press L, G0, G0. And here we have to close this hole. First of all, let me hide this curve here on the bottom. And yeah, we select all of those curves here, which surround like this hole. And yeah, we have to Shift D it, so we have it separate, and now we can here patch holes, and we will do the same here. So if we select all of those edges, Shift D to separate it, and like this here, and yeah, perfect. So now again, object mode and select, oh no, and also let's close it here on the bottom. So that should work fine. Also Shift D. And yeah, I see somehow we have like this curvature here on the ground. I don't want it, so I will just create like a new line, just make it straight and use it and cut that object, and we can delete this piece here. So now we should be able to select all of those edges, Shift D, perfect. And now we can also again close it, right click, perfect. So now just select all of those individual pieces and press J, and this one too, and this one, and perfect. So you see we have a solid. So this is exactly what we need. And yeah, now let's just give it here like a little bevel, and also here a little bevel, and a little bit of a bigger one here, and also here on those sides. So yeah, maybe something like that. And you see, yeah, it's kind of, and it was so fast, because when I tried to recreate it the first time, I spent like 2.5 hours to figure out how that, but yeah, Christian also helped me, but I also found like my own way. It's a little bit different, but works as well. But yeah, now it's like so super fast. So that's why like practicing is so important. And yeah, so let's do it something like that. And yeah, now let's create like this little knob here, and then we will create like this detail. And at the end, like here, I also struggled in the beginning to figure that out, so we can create like the circles. So stick to it. And yeah, and here again, that's what I said. Like if we select this face here and press spacebar, we have like here a construction plane, and we look at it like straight. And here I see already like it won't fit like exactly in circle, but that's again, like we should spend like much more time in the beginning, but for now it will be absolutely fine as well. So yeah, we will just do something like that. So keep in mind, it won't be absolutely perfect, but yeah. So we have something like that. And now let's just bring it a little bit outwards. So press G and just bring it a little bit outwards. And now yeah, we can go out of this construction plane, select it and just extrude it a little bit. And yeah, basically that looks also cool. And right click and delete like this curve here. And let's give those two edges like a nice chamfer, and also like a nice fillet to those edges. So yeah, that looks fine. Maybe bring it a little bit outwards, but yeah. Okay, so this is fine. And we can give here like a nice fillet, make it sharp. So yeah, that's something like that. And man, look like the surface, it's absolutely smooth. Like this is so, look, wow, this is so good. I love it. And yeah, let's go here to this side. So here, yeah, we have to also do some cutting and all that stuff to, yeah, make this indentation. So yeah, anyway, perfect. So let's select, like, make this indentation here inside. So I will just select, or just select here those curves here. Shift D, bring it upwards. We have to make it straight. So press S, scale it down, make it here 0. Why is that not working? Okay, so now we have here this curve, and we can use this curve and create then a sheet and cut this body. So we have like this hole here in the middle. But yeah, we have to make it here a little bit longer. So just select the curve, and yeah, it will be selected completely, and press Alt J to split it like in all of those little pieces. And we can delete those pieces here, and we can go to the top view and just create a new line here beginning to curve, and just adjust it so we can create like here this edge. So somewhere here, go to this point, press Shift, so you have a construction line, So you will meet it here exactly. And fine. So now again, select all of those curves, press J, so it's one curve. And now just press E to extrude it and just drag it downwards. So now we can select the main body, and with Shift the sheet, press Q, and it will Boolean it, but only like where the sheet. So right click, and now you see we have like this part separate, and that's exactly what we want. And now we can just take, yeah, those points here, you see, so I mean those faces, and we can just, yeah, drag them a little bit inside, so we just have like kind of a hole, you know. So yeah, maybe even something like that. I don't need this sheet here anymore, and yeah, so now we have to Boolean it QQ. So it's again just one piece, and edge mode, and let's just give here like some nice fillets, and also here on the top just give it like a nice sharp fillet, and we already can give here a nice fillet. So select this here and just give it also like a nice sharp fillet. So yeah, this is fine. And now let's select those inner edges here, because now we will create like this main body, or like this metal part. And yeah, so those points should be fine. Shift D, bring it outwards a little bit, and scale it with S here to 0. So it's just like straight. And now let's just bring it a little bit inside. So just press O, so we can offset it a little bit, because you see we also have like here a little bit like of a distance, and we don't need this outer curve. Press X, and again we can just offset it a little bit, so we give this thing a thickness. So that looks fine. And now just a new line tool, and yeah, just snap it here to the edge, beginning curve, and close it, and the same for this side, curve and close it. And now select all of those curves, press J, so it's connected, but you see we don't have like this extrusion option. So what I found works, just select that curve, and here you have a command to rebuild. Just click once on it and just press OK. And yeah, it looks the same, but now we can just extrude it. So this is exactly what we need. So let's go here to the front view. Okay, perfect. So now we can select this piece here, and yeah, now just create like, or maybe make this a little bit thinner even. So anyway, let's drag it out for now. And this is okay. So we will select this curve here, H, and now select those faces here on the inside and just drag them a little bit in, because yeah, it's not so thick. That looks better. And also edge mode, and select those two edges, and we want like this curve here. So let's create like a nice curve. Perfect. So now we can select this whole body and just bring it, about to the right direction. So yeah, something like that. And yeah, again, guys, I know it's not exact and all that stuff, but you get the point. And yeah, so that looks pretty fine in my opinion. So let's give those edges here on the top like a nice little fillet. And let's create like fast, those holes, then like this thing here, and we will cut also like this texture here, and then we will create like this, button here. So we will just create like one circle, and yeah, just GG, bring it into position, Shift D to duplicate again, Shift D to duplicate, and just bring it, somewhere here, and with GG just adjust it approximately, and so again, Shift D, and one more time, so something like that. And now let's select all of those curves, press C, cut this body, right click and press X, perfect. And now again, let's give everything here a nice fillet, and just a very nice sharp little fillet, perfect. So now let's create like this piece. So we go to front view and create a circle, and so something like that, maybe GG. And yeah, perfect. So because it's straight here, we can just control click with G and bring it here to the face and just extrude it. And also snap it here to this face. Perfect. So delete this curve. Let's add like a little chamfer, because we have like a nice chamfer, and make it a little bit more straight. So something like that should be fine. And now let's create like those cuts there. So super simple. We will just create here a corner rectangle and yeah, make it like very thin and just bring it up and press B to give it like a little fillet. Perfect. So now we can here radial array to the middle and just give it like, I don't know, like 26. That should be fine. Right click, press C, cut this body, let it load, right click, X to delete everything. And awesome. Okay, we could give it here like a fillet before, but yeah, maybe it's not even so necessary. But yeah, I think that looks really cool. Let's have a look how that looks. And oh guys, that's, I don't know, it's such a simple object, but such a nice techniques. And yeah, you know, that's why I'm practicing and doing all that stuff. I didn't know at all how to create like this body here. And yeah, so I tried it, asked for help, watched a few tutorials, and now I can do this like super fast and learn so many techniques. So this is so important to do, like learn from references, right? Perfect. So let's do this button here. And oh man, that looks really cool. I like that a lot. Okay, so now let's make this button here. And I've tried it already just 2 times, but it doesn't work always as I want. So you have to experiment a little bit so just make here a kind of like a circle GG and extrude it a little bit and delete like this curve here and go to the side view and just, yeah, adjust it here a little bit to the form and maybe rotate it here a little bit and just bring it, yeah, kind of inwards, maybe a bit more. And now select those 2 bodies, QQ, to Boolean them. And now just select like this curve here. And yeah, you have to fill it then this here, but sometimes it's not working. So now it's working. But if it's not working for you, go to face mode, select this face and play a little bit around with the sizes, because you see here it's not filleting. But if I just make this whole face just much bigger, then this fillet works much better, and you see it's exactly what we want. And also we can give them, yeah, perfect. Also fillet here, and yeah, now it works perfectly. So yeah, just play a little bit around with the size, because sometimes works, sometimes not. And let's have a look how that looks. And yeah, guys, like it's amazing. And those techniques, yeah, like this lofting and surfacing is like really cool and really important to create complex shapes. So yeah, if you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe and check out my product design course and let me know what kind of tutorials you want to see. So yeah, it's a lot of fun for me. Yeah, I hope you learned something and see you in the next one. Bye.